In today's video, we're going to be really just taking a deep dive into an upcoming very stormy and very hot pattern we're going to be stuck in. Let's just get straight into this video, and first things first, we're taking a look here at our current radar imagery as always. As you can see, there is already some storminess around. We have some showers out here for kind of the four corner states as well as the Rockies and in general a lot of the western United States. We do see that there's some storminess ongoing here for a lot of the north central United States and the plains as well, even some thunderstorms up here around the Canadian border. Now for the deeper south, we also see that there is some thunderstorms around and just this tropical thunderstorm activity. In the summertime, this is kind of a daily occurrence, as you've probably noticed. If you tune in with us daily, we see these isolated storms down here every single day, and it's going to continue that way probably well into September. We can see that there's also a storm that is finally moving out there for the northeast as well. We're going to take a look at all of these things, but first things first, let's just zoom into the most western region here. As you can see, we have just these isolated and scattered about light to moderate showers going on for Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, and Colorado in there. As we move our way a little bit further north, or better yet, let's go down here first, because there was a pocket of kind of showers and thunderstorms moving through in here. A little bit of a thunderstorm maybe there in Kansas, but for the most part, light to moderate showers in here as well. As we move up to the north central United States, we can see a lot more of some heavier activity in here. There is some lighter pockets, obviously, and some more moderate pockets, but we can see that there's definitely some pretty bad thunderstorms in here in these reds, especially up here where we even saw a severe thunderstorm warning rolling through for North Dakota and as well as northern Minnesota there. We've seen that rolling through. A lot of this just looks like some heavier thunderstorms from Minnesota and even up there in Canada as well. So overnight thunderstorms happening way up in the north. As we move down to the deeper south, we can see two different things going on. One is we have these thunderstorms that are around that are kind of moving in a southeasterly direction. They're kind of moving in like this, just like this direction. But we also have our typical tropical isolated thunderstorm activity going on, and this is moving more toward the northeast here. So it's pretty interesting. There's a good chance that there's going to be a few folks that see activity from both of these two different dynamics that are happening here in the deeper south. The thunderstorms to the north are a lot bigger in size and would lead towards a lot more rainfall. These isolated ones to the south are going to be quick in and out type deals, maybe 30 minutes of rainfall and then boom, sunny again. That's how it happens in the deeper south like that down in Florida. I could recall being a kid driving, or not driving, forgive me, my parents driving when I was a kid through Florida, and we would be riding on the highway, and a thunderstorm would hit really, really quickly. It'd be so nice, and then you'd see a thunderstorm really building out there, and then it would hit, and it would be just torrential downpours, and then 10 minutes later, it's done, and it's sunny again. It's so interesting how it can go back and forth like that out there. Nothing truly like it anywhere else, really consistently like that. Like Florida quite gets it, and there is a lot of these thunderstorms on shore right now, actually. By the way, for northern Florida, they're seeing that activity currently. We can see offshore of the East Coast, we have a lot of thunderstorm activity in here as well, moving along a front. This cold front, even though it brought some thunderstorms to some folks, it is not going to be much colder today. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on, but a cold front makes it seem like you would have a cool down, but we're not really going to have such a thing. We do see there is some isolated showers here around for the mid-Atlantic, but those actually seem to be dying down. And then we have this storm system that was really around for a lot of New England and even into New York and Pennsylvania and New Jersey and all those areas. We're seeing that yesterday. Now we're seeing the tail end of this really come to a close this morning for Maine. Usually they're seeing precipitation up here in northern Maine. This is an area that sees a ton of precipitation throughout the year, actually. But they're going to have a little bit of a nicer day than they've had last night because it was raining all night, and now it seems to be really moving out finally. So expect a more dry day today once we get a little bit later into the day today up there for Maine and really for the most part the rest of New England. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to really focus on the upcoming pattern, take a look at the upcoming storminess, temperature pattern, as well as severe weather. All right, now here we are taking a look at the upcoming pattern. Let's just take it towards this afternoon, and we can see some persistent storminess continuing there for the southeast, also for the north central United States up there, and a little bit for New England, but again, that should be moved out by later this afternoon. Now for tomorrow on Wednesday the 20th, we still see some activity here in the southeast, also for the Great Lakes and upper Midwest now, as that system that was over North Dakota and Minnesota kind of makes its way down here to the Gulf, or the Great Lakes, and brings some heavier precipitation in here. So you can expect some heavier thunderstorms there for those Great Lakes regions of the United States. Now for Thursday the 21st here, we can see that up and down the East Coast, we're going to be seeing some activity here around. I think there is a severe weather threat as well on Thursday. Again, we'll take a look at that at the end of the video, but more precipitation for the east. And look, more dry for the west. I mean, really, we have nothing going on out there. It's going to be really dry, and some droughts are going to start to develop here soon if we don't see things turn around, unfortunately. So we're going to really be tracking this situation, because I know that is a very impactful thing for you guys out west at this point, now that we haven't had any precipitation in quite a while. See this area that I just circled, we have some precipitation still around for the southeast, hanging out. Looks a little bit heavier this time around as well. Also randomly, we have some precipitation there in Iowa, and then some scattered about showers here for the northeast. Very, very light it appears though for Friday. Now for Saturday the 23rd, we still see the deeper south and the southeast seeing some of these thunderstorms, but it's heading further and further south. We see the upper Midwest once again seeing some storminess here on Saturday the 23rd, so we get that kind of returning there. Sunday the 24th here, we have some storminess around for the north central and northeastern United States, as well as some down here for the southeast again. This does spread a little bit further west this time around, so we could see some relief from the drier conditions we've been seeing out west. And also for the northeast in general, these areas have had a drought as well, and they're going to get a little bit more precipitation, which is good news. Let's see, Monday the 25th, yeah, you guys are definitely seeing some precipitation in here. But also to the south, we see more scattered and isolated activity down there, and the Four Corner states that's been seeing some precipitation for the past month, they're going to get a little bit more here by Monday. Tuesday afternoon, we can see there is some activity here for the Mid-Atlantic, and also there's a low up here, bringing some activity. The low is here, but there's a bit of a front kind of extending down like this that's bringing precipitation all the way down through Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa by this point. We do see a little bit more monsoon activity, I think, here happening by Tuesday the 26th here, July 26th as well. So we could see some relief for those. Well, Arizona and New Mexico has actually been having above average precipitation, if you ask me. They've been having a lot of activity lately. Now, as we reach Wednesday the 27th here, we could see some storminess around for the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes. It's actually a lot larger than that. Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, and even the Southeast here. All of these areas seeing some precipitation. And then again, our Gulf states are seeing quite a bit of storminess there by that point as well. And then by Thursday, this is going to be the 28th, we have a low up to the north, bringing a cold front down like this, which is going to lead towards potential storminess all the way down through all of these areas in here, just like that. We're going to see pretty bad storminess. Still to the south of this area, we do have some activity down here in the Gulf, and a little bit of monsoon activity maybe for southern Arizona going to be still going on by this point. This area here looks a little bit concerning for potential severe weather, so we will watch that over the coming days as well. Let's take a look at the total precipitation through the next 10 days, and as you can see, if you're anywhere in the whites, we're expecting practically no precipitation. We can see how dry things are going to be for California, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana. Things are getting really dry out there, and it's pretty concerning. If you're anywhere in the grays, we're going to be at 1/10 of an inch or less. Your greens will be 1/10 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. Your blues will be 1/2 an inch to an inch. Your yellows will be 1 inch to 2 inches. Your reds will be 2 to 5 inches. And then your browns will be 5 to 10 inches of precipitation. So a lot of precipitation expected there in all those red regions for the north central, northeast, and southeastern United States there for the most part. And also the Four Corner states as well, seeing some of those reds. So quite a bit of precipitation possibly out there. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to move on and take a look at the upcoming temperature pattern. All right, here we are taking a look at today, and as you can see, we're going to have some warmer temperatures here for the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic here, as well as especially here in the central United States. We're going to have really, really hot temperatures as a heat wave begins to develop. Also, kind of the west out here as well. We have a couple colder regions like here in the northern Rockies, and then also here in the southeast, we have some cooler temperatures developing. Mostly hot outside of those areas, though. Now, as we approach day 2, there isn't really much to speak of because from coast to coast we have above normal temperatures, but especially there in the south central United States right here, this is where it is going to be 100 degrees plus. Those reds are going to indicate 10 to 15 to even 20 degrees above normal, which is going to be just a huge difference from what you're used to. Now days 2 through 3, which will be Thursday, July 21st, we can see that again from coast to coast we have the oranges here, so there's not really much to speak of. Everybody's about 5 to 10 degrees above normal on this frame. It's going to just be really hot from coast to coast. We see here on Friday, July 22nd, we have some cooler temperatures here in the southeast and also here for California, Oregon, Washington. But outside of that, I mean, reds from the southwest to the northeast and everywhere in between, we have very hot temperatures and far above normal temperatures expected here. For Saturday, July 23rd here, we see that a lot of this area in here, which is going to be about 90% of the United States, is expected to have above normal temperatures. It's going to be a little bit more neutral for these areas in here and then also for the deep southeast. But outside of that, really looking at very hot conditions for most everybody. Now this heat wave kind of takes aim at the eastern United States by the time we're reaching about Sunday, Monday time frame, 24th, 25th. Really hot from Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, all the way through the Ohio Valley into the mid-Atlantic here, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, Virginia. Very hot conditions. Now for Monday, July 25th, we see this continue actually. So from, again, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, all the way up through the mid-Atlantic. Unfortunately, going to be looking at very hot temperatures. Unpleasant temperatures. Tuesday, things cool off for the eastern end here. We see temperatures that are about 1 to 5 degrees above normal. But still for Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and surrounding states, we still see far above normal temperatures. And we begin to potentially get a heat wave up here in Oregon, Washington, and Canada as well. This needs to be watched. I know you guys have dealt with a major heat wave in either last summer or the summer before. So hopefully it's not like that. So far, to me, it does not look anything near as bad as that did. That was 20 degrees above normal or 30 degrees above normal. This is going to be more like 10 to 15 degrees above normal. But for Wednesday, July 27th, we see this continue in here with the darker reds and still here for the plains as well. Unfortunately, it's going to be very persistent there. And then Thursday the 28th, finally, we can see that this continues on and it almost connects where we just have this giant heat wave here from the northern Rockies as well as Washington and Oregon down through the plains. We do have some cooler temperatures, maybe some relief on the way coming in from the north. This seems to be diving down just like this. So if this can really make its way in and change the course here, I think a lot of people would be definitely happy about that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to take a look at the upcoming severe weather. Now here's the day 1 categorical outlook, and we actually have 4 general thunderstorm risk areas expected here. We have all of these areas in the lighter greens expecting general thunderstorms, but anything is possible, so heed every watch, warning, and advisory. Now, for that one in the north central United States and in the northeastern United States, we have a marginal risk of severe weather expected as well in the darker greens. That's where we expect isolated severe weather to occur. So we're going to be watching for that as well. And then North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, we have a slight risk of severe weather, but we expect scattered severe weather to take place. Now for day 2, which will be Wednesday, July 20th, we have 2 general thunderstorm risk areas, one there for North Dakota and surrounding states, and then one there that extends all the way from the Four Corner states through into the eastern United States there. That is, again, where we expect general thunderstorms, but anything is possible. Heed every watch, warning, and advisory. Now, we actually have 4 marginal risk areas. A couple of those are very isolated regions, and that is where we expect isolated severe weather to occur. And then in that yellow region there for Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio, that is where we have a slight risk at severe weather, and we expect scattered severe weather to take place in there. Now, for day 3, we have 1 general thunderstorm risk area where, again, we still need to heed every watch, warning, and advisory. And then we have 2 marginal risk areas, one for the deeper south, into the mid-Atlantic a little bit, and then one up there for the northeast. Both of these areas is where we expect isolated severe weather to occur on Thursday, July 21st. And then we have 2 slight risk areas as well in the 2 yellow regions, and that's where we expect scattered severe weather to take place in there as well. Anyway, for today's confidence tab, we're remaining at a 4 out of 6. Until there's tropical activity or some sort of bigger storm system, that's what I'm sticking at, so I'm just going to stick to my guns there. We're going to be at a 4 out of 6 for quite a while here. For today's patron, highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our platinum patrons, Bill Crates, James Wade, Dovin Nagel, Larry LePan, Mandy Birchfield, Patrick Strickland, Dave Scott, and Donna Carnes as well. I would also like to thank our Diamond patrons, Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noah Harley, Michael Codelessa Capite, Charles Stinnett, Bill Dallas, Garys, and John Khaleesi also. I'd also like to thank our channel members, Capite, Steam Fan, and Jeremy Cox as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.